This is Carl Johnson of CJ Behavior Coaching and Consulting. You can call me CJ. And we are back to our podcast. Today, I'm going to bring up the subject of attention. Quite often, I receive emails, text messages, or have phone calls with parents, foster parents, teachers, other caregivers with the same response saying, my child is only doing this for attention. And usually when I hear that someone feels a child is only doing something for attention, I always kind of ask myself, and sometimes I ask them, so if they're needing attention, what does that look like? So what does your child specifically you think that they are needing from you? When you say my child is only doing this for attention, do you mean they only want you to look at them? Do you mean they only want you to talk to them? Do you mean they only want you to hold them, do something with them? What does it mean that they only want attention? Some parents have said, "Oh, they just want somebody to see them." So when that question comes up, I always want to pose this point that when you see, if you ever went out to the mall or you went out to a play area, out to the playground, you see parents on phones or devices or having another conversation with other parents and their children are playing, and you'll hear a child say, "Hey, mom, hey, dad, look at me. Hey, grandma, look at me. Look what I'm doing." And the parent or the caregiver looks up to that child briefly and then turns away and starts doing what they were doing originally that got them distracted. And what you'll notice is that child will often call again. "Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Hey, I just did this." And so if you say attention to you is they just want you to look at them, then I would ask them why, when you look at them, is that not enough? Why do you have to keep looking? Okay? Why do you have to keep talking? So I just want to pose this question is it really just attention that they're needing, depending on what you define as attention? So if you are saying that your child just wants you to look at them, what I would ask you to do is try just doing that. But do you look at them for a minute? Do you look at them for 2 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? Is it an hour? What is it? What you will find is children are not just just doing things for attention. Children are doing things for connection. Connection requires, yes, you to look at them, you to talk with them, for you to be present, for you to do something with them, acknowledge them, join in what they're doing. That is what children are wanting that they're not getting, even in a school setting, in a classroom. Children may do things and be seen as the class clown because they want to make everybody laugh. This is true. But when that student gets in trouble, they also have to be talked to, and someone has to spend time talking about what they did wrong. They actually get connection. It's negative attention, but they're getting what they wanted all along. Adults even do things to make people notice them, but they don't just want you to look at them. They want you to acknowledge them. They want you to be present with them. They want you to hear them out. They want you to know that they have feelings, needs, wants, something's going wrong or something's going right. So quite often this notion that children are only doing things for attention, it sometimes really distorts what's actually going on with a child when we label it that they only want attention. Because again, you can look at a child and then look away, and you'll find out quite often they want something else. Now, every now and then, a child might say, "Hey, look at this. Come look at this paper. Look at this thing I did." But when you talk about challenging and difficult behaviors, those things continue to happen. So if you feel that it is just about attention, what I would say is the next time you have a child who's displaying some negative or unwanted behavior, and you just look at them, tell me, does the behavior go away? What you will find out is the answer is no. I will also ask you, that if you just turned and looked at them, is that the last time you're going to have to turn and look at them? Again, you will find out the answer is no. So they're not just needing attention in the way that it's kind of being portrayed is, well, they just want somebody to look at them. Okay, well, people are looking at them, but they continue to do it. So if that's all they needed, you would assume that they would discontinue the negative behaviors or the actions that they're doing. And that's not true, because if that's all it was, and all you had to do was just look at them and give them quote unquote attention, that would fix a lot of problems that parents, foster parents, teachers, and other caregivers have on a daily basis of difficult and challenging behaviors. So understand that difficult and challenging behaviors are a child basically saying, any behavior is, they're saying, I feel something, I need something, I want something. And it is up to us as adults and caregivers to figure out what is that thing that they want. But we want to be very careful when we say they're only doing this for attention, because again, you can do the experiment yourself by just looking at them. You will find again that you will be back in that same situation again, because that's not what they needed. They needed more. And once you give them more of what they really needed, once you take the time to ask or figure out, it seems like Billy is doing this, quite often at recess, or Billy is doing this at night when it's time to go to bed, or Tammy is doing this when we have people come over. That's a signal that there's something else going on other than just, I want someone to look at me. Okay. If you want to even go further, you can look at it as, if your child feels like they're invisible, then of course they'll do something to make them noticed. Now that might be something very negative, but again, once a child does something negative, usually an adult or some kind of caregiver will look at them, talk to them, maybe reprimand them, spend some time with them, walk with them, give consequences. But there's this long conversation, there's this eye contact, there's this face-to-face. That's more than just attention. That is connection. And again, children would take it in a negative way. Any kind of attention, negative attention and positive attention, but they are saying, I don't feel connected. I need to be part of this group. I need to be part of this family, part of this school. So those are the things you want to look at. How can I help my child? How can I help my student feel more connected? My name is Carl Johnson of CJ Behavior Coaching and Consulting. And if you have any other questions, or you want to ask me anything that you want to hear on a podcast, you can email me at cjempowersparents@gmail.com, or you can call us at 480-740-4976. Thank you.